Hi students, welcome to session 6 of reproduction in plants. Students, in the previous session we discussed about the process of pollination, fertilization, germination and also seed and fruit formation. So before starting with today's session, let us first revise about seeds and fruit formation. Students, no matter how an ovule gets fertilized, it immediately begins to divide into different cells, right? So each fertilized egg becomes a seed, and each seed contains both an embryo and a food source. So the embryo and the food source are covered by a tough protective covering called a seed coat, which we discussed in the previous session, right? So the ovary of a plant can contain one seed or many seeds. An ovary filled with one or more fertilized seeds is called a fruit. And as seeds develop with them, the walls of the ovaries of plants often become fleshy, fragrant, and attractive to animals. So students, an apple, for example, is the ripened ovary of an apple tree, with apple seeds in its core. And other fruits including berries, tomatoes and melons, which contain many seeds, and even pomegranate which we saw in the previous session, and peaches, apricots and cherries, which contain only one seed. So there are many seeds, there are many fruits. They may have one or many seeds. So in nature, animals like birds, deer, bear, etc., they come along and eat the fruit, and the seeds in the fruits survive the animal's digestive process and eventually get deposited in its droppings. And this can take place a long way from where the fruit was originally eaten. And this finally spreads the seeds far and wide so new plants can grow. So this was just a revision of seed formation, fruit and seed formation, and an overview of seed dispersion. So in today's session we are going to study about seed dispersion. So let us start with today's interesting session and learn about seed dispersal in detail. Yes students, seed dispersal. Students, the seed or seeds enclosed in the fruit needs to separate from its parent plant before it can develop into a new plant. So students, fruits are adapted in different ways to help in dispersal, but very often both fruits and seeds together form the dispersal unit. So dispersal unit once prepared, dispersal then takes place by several mechanisms including wind, water and by a variety of animals. So seed dispersal takes place by wind, by water and a variety of animals. So students, in the simplest way, seeds are automatically set free by the opening of the fruit. Like an explosive mechanism bursts the fruit open to release the seeds, for example pea plants, castor and balsam. Then there are other types too, like this is the beautiful picture of dandelion. So students, you can see here some small structures, and these structures are basically the dandelion seeds. So what happens in dandelion seeds? Yes, some seeds have radiating threads or wings that form a parachute so that they can be carried long distances by even the breeze. Breeze means a gentle wind. So some seeds are so light in weight that they can be carried out to the long distances by a gentle wind called breeze. For example, dandelion seeds. Other than dandelion seeds, there are drumstick and maple too. So let us see how the drumstick plant looks like. Yes, this is drumstick. And here you can see the beautiful picture of its seeds. Now they appear to be very large and they also appear to be very heavy, but actually they are not heavy. These are the winged seeds. So these are the winged seeds of drumstick, right? So these winged seeds also are carried out very far or to a long distance just by wind. So this is the wind dispersal. Students, the kind of seeds which are often wind dispersed are smaller seeds that have wings or other hair-like or feather-like structures, and plants that produce with the blown seeds, they are the dandelion or the drumstick, which often produce lots of seeds to ensure that some of the seeds are blown to a rest of places where the seeds can germinate. They can blown to such areas where they can germinate. So in this way, wind dispersal takes place. While some seeds have spongy outer coat to help them float on water, like you can see the beautiful picture of coconut. Right? Now you must be thinking that coconut don't have seeds. Basically, coconut do not have seeds inside them, but they have spongy outer coat to help them float on water. So basically, they are carried to greater distances by ocean currents and they germinate after they wash up on beaches. So in this way, many aquatic plants and plants that live near water have seeds that can float and they can be carried by water. Even the plants living along streams and rivers have seeds that float downstream and therefore they germinate at new sites or new areas. So the size of the seed is not a factor in determining whether or not a seed can float, but some very large seeds like coconuts can float and some small seeds also float. So this was one such thing about water dispersion. There are many other plants which disperse their seeds in other ways. Like some plants have unique ways to disperse their seeds. Several kinds of plants shoot seeds out of pods, and the seeds can travel quite a few feet from the plant in this way. So in this way, wind dispersal, water dispersal and other ways of dispersal take place. Now other than these, there is one more interesting way of dispersal, and that is animal dispersal. So let us have a look at it. Yes students, many types of animals play a role in the dispersal of fruits and seeds. Like most fleshy and brightly colored fruits are designed to be eaten by birds and animals, and the taste and nutrition are the attraction for the animal to come back again and again, and this way dispersal takes place. So the seed may pass out in the feces or they may be thrown away. Right? So animals disperse seeds in several ways. First, some plants like the burr, they have barbs or other structures that get tangled in the animal fur or feathers, and then they are carried to new areas. And other plants produce their seeds inside fleshy fruits that can be eaten by an animal. And then this fruit is digested by the animal, but the seeds pass through the digestive tract and they are dropped in other locations. Even some animals bury seeds, like squirrels with acorns, to save for themselves, but may not return to get the seed, and then that seed can grow into a new plant. So in this way, by animal dispersal too, many seeds grow into a new plant. Now, other than animals, there are some birds too that eat fruits whose seeds stick to their beaks and then they are rubbed off somewhere else. So seeds of other fruits pass intact through a bird's digestive tract. And then this way the dispersal takes place. Right? Even there are some fruits which have hooks. So here you can see the beautiful picture. These two beautiful picture of seed pod with hooks. Right? These are the hooks. So what happens? That some fruits are covered with the little hooks or sticky substances, and then they get caught in the fur or hide of the animals such as sheep. Like here you can see, they get caught in the fur or hide of animals, and as the animal moves about, fruits or seeds are rubbed off by branches of shrubs or trees. Even there are ducks, and they may also disperse fruits sticking in the mud on their feet. So in this way, many types of animals play a role in the dispersal of fruits and seeds. And in this way, seed dispersal takes place by animals, wind, as well as by water. So students, we are through with the seed dispersal, and I hope you liked today's session too. So we'll meet with in the next session with a new lesson. Till then, have a nice time, take care, and keep learning.